Guys, what is up? Today, we're looking at something special, something I've been thinking about for a long time, something I've been contemplating whether or not it was worth the investment, because in this box here is the Swatch X Blancpain Scuba 50 Fathoms in the Atlantic Ocean style. Pulled the trigger and got the next iteration of Swatch's bioceramic watch collection. Initially, I was torn on this. I thought, it's an interesting concept. I do enjoy my moon swatch. I still wear it pretty regularly and have been enjoying my time with it. But I wasn't sure how I felt about the Blancpain version. It was a little bit different. It's got that movement that's not serviceable, that System 51 in there. But the more I looked and dug and researched, the cooler and the more appealing the watch started becoming. It's got an automatic movement. Unserviceable, yes, but still automatic. It has really cool lume and a really great design on the case back. And overall, it is definitely a step up from what Swatch did with the Moon Swatch. So yes, I finally pulled the trigger and have now acquired the Atlantic Ocean bioceramic Scuba 50 Fathoms. So as you can see, I'm now wearing the watch. I've got it on the wrist, and I'm going to be wearing it probably for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks straight, just to really get a true feeling for how this watch is. Luckily, unlike the Moon Swatch, the hype is definitely not as big with this watch, so I didn't have to pay a huge premium. The Canadian retail is $500, and I only had to pay $600 for this particular watch on eBay. So that is actually pretty reasonable if this is something that you're really into and you can afford that level of watch. Most people, if you're not even in the know, have even heard of Blancpain. So I see why Swatch is continuing to do this. I just don't know if they chose the right model. But that being said, I don't hate it on the wrist. It's definitely pretty chunky, as you can see. It definitely sits quite a lot higher than the Moon Swatch. It's a lot thicker of a case, and it's got this, double looped NATO, but that NATO runs under the back of the watch, so it even makes it a little bit thicker on top of that extra case size. So that's something to consider. It's definitely a bigger watch in general than the Moon Swatch, if this is something you're considering. As I did with the Moon Swatch, I gotta change out this stock NATO. I have, in this envelope here, a new band. So I'm going to show you now how to take this band off. Let's swap it out. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do, obviously, if we're going to replace this strap, is we're going to have to take this NATO off, which is fairly easy to do. As you can see, this piece here is running up through the back, so we're going to pull that out. There we go. These little clasps on here are made of the bioceramic material, so I don't have high hopes for longevity on these guys. And now, there we go. It'll just pull right through. So we'll just take a quick moment to really appreciate just how beautiful the back of this case is. Swatch has done a really nice job with the art on the back of these Scuba 50 Fathoms, which is, again, a cut above, truly above what was done on the Moon Swatch. And so yeah, that's the System 51 movement there. I find that this is just super artistic, really, really beautiful, really well done. Back to the task at hand. So we've got to get these bars out of here now. You are gonna need a special tool to do this, which I'll link everything needed to swap the band in the description down below. The process is basically as follows. We're going to use one of these tools to apply pressure on the bottom. And then from here, we're going to use the other tool to unscrew. There we go. Now you can see it's finally starting to come undone. There we go. And then you can just pop it out, just like that. This is actually a much easier way. Just hold it with your hand. Forget about trying to use a surface for it. The only thing that might happen is the end might drop off, but that's fine. We got it off. Nonetheless, done. And now let's look at our new strap. From Straps Co. It's a rubber, very nice, very flexible, blue on blue, should be quite sharp. And it's pretty straightforward from this point on because we're basically just going to use these existing bars, go through the openings here, slot them in. You can see it's pulling tight, and then just to make sure it is fully secured, I'm going to just quickly do the old 2-bar method, apply a little pressure, and give it a couple turns just to be safe. Perfect. So there you go. There is the top on, and now we're going to repeat again for the bottom. All right, and then last final turn. Perfect. And there you have it. The Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms on a brand new band. Let's try it on. Oh yeah, that fits so much better on wrist and just looks so much more appealing. Now there's a watch you'll want to actually wear on a regular basis. Fantastic. So guys, that's how you change the band on the Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms Bioceramic. I'm much happier with how this looks now. The blue on the blue, the contrast is fantastic. Again, I'll link everything below that I used, and we'll be back again soon with my full review of the Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms. Let me know what you guys think about this watch down in the comments below. Let me know if you found this informative about how to switch the band, if it was helpful. Let's have a conversation as always, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon in the next video.